What's up, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Maybe it's the middle of the night, I don't know. It is spring where I live, and so I'm all about that like glowy mindset when it comes to makeup and skincare and body care. So I wanted to share some of my favorites with you guys. I have so many things that I have recently fallen in love with. Also some things I fell in love with like last year, like last spring and summer. So these are all things that I love for that glow that are gonna give you that kind of juicy feel. Oh, I love it. So without further ado, let's dive right on in. By the way, on my lips, I'm just wearing this Milani Easy Liner lip liner in the shade Most Natural. I honestly was gonna use this and then put something on top of it. And then I was like, I kind of like the way it looks just as it is, so I just colored my lips in. So I did want to take a second to thank today's video sponsor, which is Tula. And the category we're going to start with is skincare. And so I want to talk about 3 different products from Tula I have been absolutely loving. So Tula is a doctor-founded, clean and effective skincare brand where 100% of their products are formulated with probiotics and superfoods. And really what it can do for you is restore your skin's natural microbiome and really soothe and nourish the skin. I love the idea of that. And another thing I really appreciate about Tula is that they focus on being healthy, not perfect. So they want to empower everyone to feel confident and comfortable in the skin that they're in now. I think that's really cool. And so I want to share some of my favorites that give me that glowy skin that I love. So one product I've been loving from Tula is their 24/7 Moisture Hydrating Day and Night Cream. This product is so lightweight, but it's not crazy heavy and greasy. However, it's still insanely hydrating. And I love that I can get that really good moisture in my skin. It's got squalane and peptides in it. I feel like it can be hard to find a moisturizer that's good for both morning and night because the one I'm using in the morning typically needs to work well under makeup, like one that doesn't pill up or anything like that or like look weird. This one looks beautiful. It plays so well with makeup. So I feel like when I wear this, my skin is plump. It's looking glowy and healthy. I feel like my skin's been nice and hydrated since I've been using this, and I've really been enjoying how easy this is to use. So another product that has kind of become a multi-use product for me is the Tula Rose Glow and Get It Cooling and Brightening Eye Balm. Now, to be honest with you, it's taken me a little bit to kind of get used to how I personally would use this in my routine because I never really used a product like this. But what I've been loving it for is on days that I wake up and I look at my under eyes and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, they just need a little bit of help. Like they're dark, they're maybe slightly puffy. When I use this and rub it on my under eye back and forth a couple times, the cooling effect feels lovely. It's got caffeine in it, aloe, but it also has rosehip oil. It's kind of a natural alternative to retinol. And I have loved rosehip oil for the longest time. I love putting it all over my face. So I love the idea that this has that in it as well. And I get to put it near my under eye, you know? It has this like illuminating quality to it. So it plays really well with concealer. I feel like it just helps the light bounce off it nicely. But on top of that, you can use it as like a highlighting stick. So you can put it on the bridge of your nose if you like it there. You could put it on your brow bone and just blend it. It is so easy to use. I love that I can use it in so many different ways and it has really good skincare in it. The product I've gotten more questions about than anything ever since I mentioned I was playing with some Tula products a couple months ago is their Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer. This went like viral and people have just been loving it. So a lot of you guys have been curious. I love this product as both a primer underneath makeup, but I also like this as a standalone product that on a day I'm not wearing makeup, I'll put all over my face and be good to go. This has this amazing effect where it kind of evens out your skin tone, like little bits of redness you may have, but it also just blurs everything together. So it kind of looks like a face filter, hence the name. So it comes out white, but when you rub it into your skin gently, it just creates this beautiful glowy effect. It evens things out. So I have loved just throwing this on top of SPF before I go run errands, but I have been testing this out with my SPFs to see like, does this work over an SPF without pilling up? Can I put makeup on top of it? Guys, I've tried this so many different ways. It works beautifully all of the ways. And that was exciting for me because I wear SPF every day and I always struggle with finding glowy primers that play well with SPFs. You know what I mean? And this one really does. So I'll layer on my SPF, then the face filter, and then if I'm wearing makeup that day, I'll put on my foundation and it all looks absolutely gorgeous. You get to see a little bit of the glow underneath it, and I just think it is so beautiful. So if you're interested in checking out any of my Tula favorites, I will have them listed and linked down below, and if you go to tula.com and use code Jessica Braun, you'll get 15% off your order, and if your order is $40 or more, you get free shipping and the 15% off. So thank you so much, Tula, for sponsoring this portion of the video. So I talked a lot about SPF, and I want to talk about a couple of my favorite glowy SPFs. So one that I've used for years is the Supergoop Glow Screen. So this is definitely a pricier one, and it definitely is on the glowier end of things. So I have another one I'm going to mention here in a sec that isn't quite as glowy as this, but I love the way this makes my skin look. And that's why I know when I run out of this, I'll repurchase it. Just kind of has this special quality to it. I can't explain it other than that. Sometimes I'll wear this on its own, but it kind of borders on too glowy alone. That's where like the face filter, I feel like looks a little more, it's glowy, but more natural. If you want an SPF that's not quite as obvious, I would go with, and I don't have it right now because I used it up, I need to buy it again. This. It is the Can Make Mermaid Skin Gel. It is an amazing SPF and it's glowy, but it's like a couple steps down from the glowiness level of the Supergoop Glow Screen. But it is absolutely beautiful. Again, it plays well with makeup as well. I would say it's probably about what, a third or a fourth of the price as the Supergoop one too, so you can save money. I love both of those. I'm sure I will repurchase the Can Make one as well and just kind of toggle between the two. I am planning to do an SPF video of my favorite SPFs, maybe here in a month or two as we move closer to summer, because I have a lot of other SPFs I use that aren't necessarily glowy that I love, that I'd love to chat with you guys about. So stay tuned for that. Let's move into some of my glowy makeup favorites, and then we've got some body cares. One of my absolute favorite products ever, period, is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. This I discovered over a year ago, and I'm almost done with this one. I'm going to repurchase. It is one I just think is absolutely stunning. So it gives this lightly radiant effect. It's not overly dewy, but I do like to set the T-zone a bit with this. I'll show you in a bit what I set it with today. But it has SPF 50 in it. I always say I wouldn't just trust the SPF in the makeup. I would still put a layer of it underneath. This is basically a video all about SPF. It's beautiful applied with a sponge or with your fingers. You can also apply it with a brush. I actually did that this morning and didn't love the way it looked, so I ended up going in with my sponge and fixing it. But it gives medium coverage. It's beautiful. I feel like it lasts really well throughout the day. And I wear the shade 15 Rose Ivory. And also the packaging is pretty, right? I think that's so gorgeous. When I first dreamed up doing this video, what I wanted to mention, the first thing I thought of before I even went back into my makeup drawers to pick stuff out was this product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. I have the shade Spotlight. There's something special about this, and I know it's so expensive, but A, you use it very little bit, and B, it just gives this ethereal glow. I have it on today. I personally like to apply it with my fingers. It just taps and blends in so easily and seamlessly. I feel like some kind of liquidy, creamy highlighters can be a little tricky to get to actually blend into the skin and not look like a strip, you know what I mean? Because it's not powdery, I feel like it doesn't accentuate any texture you may have in those areas you might be putting it. I love mine so much, and I highly recommend it. I haven't yet found a dupe that's quite as good as this at the drugstore. I've been working on it, but I still haven't found it yet. All right, I wanna tell you about the powder I used, and you might think, Jessica, what? Powder? This is a glowy video? I know, but stay with me. This is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. I have it in the lightest shade, number 1. When I first tried this a while ago, I've had this for a hot minute and I keep forgetting about it. And then when I remember it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jessica, why don't you use that every day? And then I do for a while. Anyway, but this is one of those kinds of powders that soaks up the oil. I applied it in my T-zone today. It soaks up enough of the oil and kind of perfects those areas, but still leaves behind this slight satiny sheen that is just so beautiful. If you have a skin tone that's normal or even dry, I think you'd really like this. I think if you have oily skin, you could still possibly like this, but just know that you're not gonna get a totally matte look. So you'd have to be okay with that, you know? It's funny though, in the pan, doesn't it look like a highlighter? It really does. But I promise you, it's just like a magic product. None of the swatches are like doing it justice. It still soaks up the oil. So I think this is amazing. I'm kind of surprised more people don't talk about this, but then again, I myself sometimes forget to talk about it. So it's so good. Can I tell you what's on my eyes? This is just the Makeup by Mario I knew I wouldn't be able to say it. Master Crystal Reflector. I want to say Mastel Crister. If you haven't seen the video where I use this and talk about it, it's like this white icy thing, but it makes your eyes look like wet in the prettiest of ways. It literally does. So I just tapped it all over. It is stunning on top of any eye look. Like this, I just put alone on my eyes, but I'm telling you, it is so beautiful with everything. I'm like, this is gonna be one of those products I end up using forever. Like, it's just the perfect product for that. So I wanted to mention it. It's not really, I mean, I guess it is glowy, but it's kind of different. I had to mention it. It's so good. The blush I'm wearing is so freaking glowy. Like, maybe to the point where if you are not careful, it may be too glowy. And I already feel like I kind of blended it away. But this is the Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder. It's a blush. And the shade is Truth. And it is this ridiculously shimmery and beautiful blush. It is so beautiful. And so, like I said, you do have to be a little careful with it. Use a light hand. But I just see, I want to apply more and I don't want to. All right, we're applying a little bit more with my finger. This is a powder. This is probably a bad idea. But I feel like I blended it away because, like I said, I was putting on so many products. But this is just one of those products that is special. I feel like it catches the light differently than like any blush I use. All right, this one surprised me. I tried it like a little over a month ago. And to be honest, it's been at the drugstore for a hot while. And I was like, a hot while? That sounded weird. It's been at the drugstore for a while. And I honestly always looked over it. I may have even tried it years ago. And like that was back when I didn't like creamy highlighter. I don't know. Regardless, I tried it again for a video and wow, this is so creamy. So this, I haven't even told you what it is. The Maybelline Master Strobing Stick. This is in the shade 100. It's so creamy and that's kind of important because with a product like this, I like to just get it on my finger and tap it on. I can't put any more on. I'm already so glowy. But I like to tap it on and it just is so beautiful. So I will say this. This is a very similar effect on the skin. They're different products. This one's more of like a liquidy cream. This one's like a stick cream. But very similar look on the skin now that I'm really thinking about it. And especially if you're someone that you don't even know if you're gonna like using a cream product, maybe go with this and make sure you even like it. But wow, it's just stunning. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to kind of discover it in the drugstore because I thought for sure it'd be kind of dry and chalky's not the right word, but like chalky. And that it wouldn't blend in when I tap it in, and it does. It's amazing. This is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. I have Taylor Wynn to thank for introducing me to this. This is the JCat Luxe Pro Powder in the Pearl Luminizer shade. This, oh my gosh, it's just, again, there's something magic about this because it's a very light looking highlighter. And what I mean by that is you almost can't tell that someone's wearing it and you kind of think they just have freaking perfect skin. That's what this does. Every time I've ever worn this, I get asked what I did differently with my skin. Like whether it's in a video or on social media or in person, you know, whatever. It's just so beautiful. And you guys, it comes with so much. You use so little. I'm never gonna run out of this. And it's like, I wanna say under 10 bucks at Ulta. So I just think it's amazing. I want everyone to try it and discover how amazing it is. So the way I apply it, by the way, is I literally just grab my highlighter brush and there's usually a little bit up in the sifter area. I'll just tap it on there, tap a bit off, and then apply it. And it is the most perfect highlighter. You can't screw it up because it's not crazy icy or anything. It's just pearly. So oh baby, it's so good. This one, I have Arna Elaine to thank. This is the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the Double Gleam shade. This is one I never, ever, ever would have picked out for myself because when it's described online, it's like, describes it as like white and breaks silver or something like that. And I was like, well, I don't want silver on my face. Like I don't. This is another one that I get asked what I'm wearing as my highlighter when I wear it. And you guys compliment a lot in videos as well. It's right there. I'm getting real weird with where I'm swatching things, but it is so beautiful. Again, you can't really go over, I mean, you can. It's definitely glowier than the JCat, I will say that. But it's pretty hard to screw this one up, but it adds this beautiful glow. Like, it's one of those products that I will probably always, always, always have in my collection. It is just one of my absolute go-to highlighters that just looks gorgeous on the skin. I feel like I'm saying that about all of them, but they all look gorgeous on the skin, okay? These are my favorites. All right, another one is the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I honestly should have used this in the winter, and I kind of forgot about it. It's the only glowy spray that I like. Really though, because some of them can just be too much. Like the Maybelline Glass Spray is a lot. It is a lot, like maybe too much. And I don't even have oily skin. Like I just feel like it's too glowy, whereas this is the perfect medium. It imparts a nice amount of glow without being overpowering or overbearing. And I do feel like this kind of does what the MAC Fix Plus spray does, where it just kind of helps if you've got a lot of powder on to help sink it into the skin and look a little bit more cohesive. So I think this is amazing. And again, I think the packaging is really pretty. Let's talk body care. I feel like I talked about makeup for a while. That is no surprise. Makeup's my favorite. You may notice I didn't talk about a bunch bunch of glowy primers. Honestly, I have a lot of just standard glowy primers similar to like the MAC strobe cream. I think they're all really good and they're all very similar. So, I mean, I could do a whole video on those in the future, but it's not really something that I feel like any one is so stand out against the other. I feel like a lot of them look the same. You know what I mean? In a good way, but a lot of them look the same. All right, we got to start this one off with this product. This is from Coppertone and it is their Glow with Shimmer SPF 50. This is a body sunscreen, and you guys, it's my favorite discovery maybe ever of body SPF, because not only are you getting like killer sun protection, but it makes your skin look shimmery in the prettiest of ways. I don't think it's overpowering. I love putting it on my legs because, you know, I'm a little self-conscious about my legs. So it's nice to be able to put that on, and I feel like it makes my legs look a little bit more healthy and glowy. And then of course, again, you're getting the SPF protection. It's beautiful on your décolleté, your shoulders, your arms, like everywhere. Love this, love this. I've gone through like 3 bottles of this. I will continue repurchasing. Please, Coppertone, don't ever, ever, ever discontinue this. I will be so sad. Another product I think is a wonder product is this Tree Hut Vitamin C body scrub. This is the second one of these I've had. The reason it's amazing is because the vitamin C and then it has alpha hydroxy acids really do help your skin kind of turn over. And on top of that, it makes it softer too. I love this. It's helped a bit with my redness and bumps that I have on my arm, typically from just keratosis pilaris, like a lot of us have. My arms are smooth as a baby's bottom. I never thought I'd see the day. The redness will still come and go, like when I get hot or if I'm working out or whatever, but the bumps are gone, baby. The bumps are gone. Another product though that I use kind of in conjunction is a body oil. This is the one I'm currently using, the Shea Moisture Virgin Coconut Oil Daily Hydration body oil. It definitely smells like coconuts and it's a little bit thicker of an oil. I mean, it's still just an oil, but I love putting this on right out of the shower all over my body. And I just feel like my skin drinks it up. It's helped with the bumps and the softness of my skin as well. And it definitely makes your legs look super glowy. Okay, but for everyday skin glow, this is the La Roche-Posay Lipicar Balm. It is this intense moisturizer for your body. It is incredible. It's not one of those that's so thick that it takes forever to like blend it in. No. This blends in instantly. It makes your skin look glowy. Not shimmery. I don't mean there's no glitter or anything, but it literally makes your skin look so ridiculously healthy. I've never tried a moisturizer quite like this. So I love this. I've already repurchased this. I highly recommend it. It is absolutely, hands down, my favorite body moisturizer. And it's got really good skincare in it. All right, I think that's everything. I honestly had like 15 more products to talk about, you guys. I was looking at my list and I had to kind of cut it down because I was like, I really want to talk about my true favorites and not have like 40 things. I'd rather have like 20. So I hope that this was enjoyable or helpful to watch. I'd love if you subscribed. I do upload 3 videos a week on my channel. I feel like I say the same thing at the end of every video, but I do. I upload 3 videos a week. I'd love to have you guys join our little family here. And of course, I'd love to say hey to you over on my Instagram. It is at It's Jessica Braun. Thank you again, Tula, for sponsoring a portion of this video. Again, if you want to try out my Tula favorites, I will have my favorites listed and linked down in the description box. And if you go to tula.com and use code Jessica Braun, you will get 15% off your order. That is so awesome. Also, I know that Tula has an SPF as well that I'm interested in trying. So if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts. I might try that soon too. But I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.